Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Live Sober here. Check out the moon behind me. Got the full moon setting, and check out over there. We got the sunrise. So, just another beautiful day at the Y where I work, and getting the day started off right. Woke up this morning, had a pretty wild dream last night, really wild dream actually, and kind of scary. Like, it was so vivid. Wow, check it out. So I had this dream last night, and I've been thinking a lot about, kind of the multiverse of Roger Hannafin and really kind of everybody lately. Let's check out that moon behind me. Wow. this is amazing. Two for one this morning. But this dream last night. So something happened, and Emily and the kids and I, we had to move somewhere, and I remember like trying to pack stuff up, and like I couldn't find like my normal kind of like work clothes, my like nice clothes. So I was kind of wearing these like frumpy outfits and stuff like that. And we ended up having to kind of move into this place that was like, kind of like a super tacky kind of apartment place. And we were living in this bed, like this area, but it was like there were kind of like other people who lived in there, and like the door didn't really close, and it was just like this kind of weird situation. And like I remember like I had to find a new job or something, and like I didn't have the right clothes, right? I didn't have my normal clothes, and all I had was like these kind of like frumpy clothes. And like I was trying to tell everybody like, like, hey, I know who I am, and like I know what I'm doing, but because I didn't look the part, oh my gosh, no one was taking me seriously, and and so through the dream, it was just like super frustrating. How dreams are. It's like you can't tell if they last like a second or if they last like hours. It felt like hours of kind of just being really frustrated about everything. And then I kind of realized like the kids weren't really living in the house with me, and neither was Emily. Like they were kind of like more visiting, and there were like these two guys there, one of which was a friend. It's kind of like a nondescript friend. It wasn't like a specific person. And then there was like this new person I met there, and kind of the new person and I, we were like always talking. And I was trying to kind of like leave the house to like go. I wanted to go get a job, and like I remember like I couldn't get out of the house, and like I was talking to the two people, like the friend, and then the friend would like kind of come and go, but like this other guy that I met was kind of like always there. And so like I would always talk to him, like nobody's like listening to me, no one's believing me, like I'm like, why can't I like fix this? Like I want to see the family, like I only see them every once in a while, like why aren't they here? And it was like the end of the dream, and I was like a movie. It was like I realized that I wasn't, I was like in a asylum or something, like I've been put there. And and it turned out that kind of that new friend that I made like didn't even exist. I was like, holy crap. So it was like one of those dreams that feels like really real. Wow, 2 for 1. I don't know how well you can see the moon, but it's a full moon over there. So my dad had dementia. He had Lewy body dementia, and as you get older, those things start to all those things seem so far away. Cancer, all those things. And as you get older, they get a little bit more real and things like that. And to kind of have that dream was just, it was like A Beautiful Mind, like that movie, where the character he's been talking to the whole time isn't really there, and stuff like that. And what you think is real isn't real. And it was, honestly, it was scary, And like I said, I've been kind of thinking about like the multiverse of me, and like, so I stopped drinking about 10 years ago. Not that that's the end all or be all answer for everybody, but that was something that I needed to do to just take control over at least one little part of things. And I kind of think about, what if I had not made that choice there, or other choices and other things. And there's kind of like this idea that in my head of like the multiverse of like this moment right now. There's like a million different things that could happen right now. I could I could have a good day, I could have a bad day, I could get fired. Okay, let's say I did something bad and I get fired, and I get depressed, and what if I start drinking again? And then what if that leads to the kids and wife leaving, and now I'm now I can't get a job because I got fired from the one that I have, and my skills aren't transferable, and I'm drinking, and I'm like, there's a path there. There is a multiverse out there in front of me of Roger Hannafin ending up on the street, or worse. And, and then there's the multiverse of other directions and things like that. And, I think, we have an opportunity, at every second to kind of refocus that. And I don't think it's like set in stone per se, but I do think it's something that we can, oh, hey, Dan, don't lock me up. Dan,
what?
Don't lock me up. Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all good. Come on up, check out the sunrise, man. Sunrise,
No,
moonrise.
I got work to do. I was just like, man, did you think that opening? Oh, the cleaner left it open.
Oh, no. It's sunrise and moonrise at the same time.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Sunrise one way, moonrise the other way.
Is the moon up there?
Yeah, moon's over there. You might have to come up another step,
I
but
ain't coming up.
that's all right.
I gotta fix this, as you can tell.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, this is not good.
Oh, sorry, my thing fell as I was going up.
That's okay.
I was gonna get it here in a second. I'm just
the cleaner. I gotta apologize to him now.
Oh shoot.
He left it open one night.
Oh.
I guess he came up here for break or whatever.
Okay.
So I was like, nope, never mind. It's the boss.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. I'll be down in a minute. But yeah. So anywho, that multiverse of options and things like that. So, it's we can only control so much. There's a lot of things obviously out of my control, but what are the things within my control? I can wake up early, I can work hard, I can get to work early, I can stay late, I can try to do my best, I can apologize if I make a mistake, I can own it if I make a mistake, I could, if I don't have to be the person I was yesterday, I don't have to be the person I was a second ago. I can make changes if I'm conscious about it and want to. But it's so easy to just kind of get in a groove, and I'm do it all the time. You get in that groove, whether it's, get home and, turn on the Netflix is the first thing, or pop up you open up Facebook or one of those things, and you go to look for one thing, and all of a sudden, 30 minutes are gone, or, there's cake, somebody brought in cake at lunchtime or whatever. Each one of those is one of those moments, could be, right? It's that multiverse thing where any one of those decisions and any one of those things could take you down all kinds of different paths. And, like I said, you can't control everything, but I think you can control some things. And, I had the opportunity last night to chat with some students from the local university, and it was a really great time. And I got to sit at a table with about 10 students and talk about leadership. And, the first thing I said, well, who's the leader of the table? And somebody had to take notes. So I was like, all right, who's taking notes? Crickets. One person puts up their hands. I'm like, that's the leader, right? When there's an opportunity, it's the person who raises their hand who becomes the leader, right? When there's a problem is we need somebody to take notes. How's that problem going to get fixed? It's going to be through, somebody volunteering, stepping up and taking the leadership of that. And so, working with the students last night, it's like, everything talking about leadership, and, the first person that you need to lead is yourself. And it's the hardest person to lead because you know all your tricks. you know how to get out of things. And there go the geese. And the moon is gone. The geese are here. There's some geese over there. The sun is up. But you got to lead yourself. And the thing is about yourself is all your tricks. And I always say you kind of have like those two voices in your head. That first voice is the one that says, hey, I want to accomplish this goal, or I want to make this thing happen. I want to journal every day. I want to work out every day. I want to change the world. I want to do this. I want to do that. And then you have this other voice that is like the squirrel voice, is like, hey, what's that over there? It's like you want to work on this thing, and then there's this other voice that just tries to, it's still you. I mean, it's definitely like the old kind of devil and angel on the shoulder routine back in all the old cartoons and stuff like that. And so, the question is, how do you flex that angel up? And one way for me is to really try to put in consistencies, the alarm going off at the same time every day. For me to not drink is one thing, it just makes it easier to not have it be like, well, sometimes this and sometimes that. For me, it's like easier, just my personality, to just have it not be an option, right? And to not have it. And that's like the hard thing about like food, right? Like you have to eat, right? But when the cake comes in, the donut comes in for the birthday party, like, what do? It's like, well, there it is, and there's everybody else is doing it, and da-da-da-da-da, so here we go, when you go out and, you were planning on working out tomorrow and your friend, orders a beer, that's hard, right? Because you have one, and now it's 3, and now instead of getting to bed at 9:30, and with water in your belly, you've got it's 11, and you got some you've got nachos in your belly, because you made a bad food choice too on top of it, and now you didn't get up early, and then it's just kind of this like little spiraling. And so again, it's that multiverse, right? Like every decision builds and leads to the next decision. And it's your things. You got to figure out what your things are. I know what some of mine are. I know that I probably have ones that I can't even recognize yet, and that's kind of part of the journey. Is like, some things serve you until they don't. I was fully addicted to pickleball in an unhealthy way, and it's not like, how can a sport be unhealthy? Well, when you're playing it so much that your body's breaking down, when you're doing it so much that you're not spending time with your family, or you're not getting work obligations done, or anything like that. So it's not about, hey, one thing is good and one thing is bad. People work out too much. People can abuse healthy eating. You can almost do anything. And so it's finding what actually serves you, and that can definitely it's hard, because you think things are serving you until they aren't, and it's hard to recognize that. And so that's why it's important to have friends and to have conversations and to think through things. And you know, who's somebody that you have in your life that can call you out on something, and when they do, how do you react? You know, I know lots of people talk to me about my drinking and about, you know, other things, and it's like, you know, you get defensive, and then do they want to talk to you about it again? So, you know, just some thoughts on what are we on, a Thursday with a sunrise and a moonrise, and you know, just an awesome day. So, but you know, the leadership, lead yourself. You know, if you're leading yourself, others will want to follow, you know, if you want to be a leader. And, you know, that means doing the things that are hard, you know, being the leader. You know, it looks like it should be easier, but if you're doing it right, it's harder, and it can be a little lonely at times, for sure. And that's where it's important to have community, and that's kind of what I'm hoping to do with this page and with the Live Sober kind of movement that is non-existent right now. But you know, maybe one day this video will have 1 million views instead of 1 or 2 views or whatever it's getting right now, and that's fine. So you know, I figure I'll just do these are good for me, doing it really for myself, but I'm putting it out there because I know for me, if I put these things out, it helps me probably me more than almost anyone who will watch it. But I've had, over the years since I've kind of come out of being sober, you know, I've had probably over 100 people reach out to me and talk to me about their struggles with whatever it may be, whatever struggles they are having. And you know, and you know, it's hard, and the hardest thing is to do it alone. You know, if you feel like you're the only person who's going through something, that makes it 1,000 times harder. And the reality is that you know, we're all addicts to something, you know, and I think, and we just need to find what yours is. If you don't know what it is, let's talk. I'll help you find it. But you know, it's how do we navigate that, and how do we work together, and how do we build community, and how do we be vulnerable, and how do we be strong and resilient, and you know, realize that we're not in it alone. So that's what I got for today. Just one more look here at the sun, fully risen. The moon is gone. Another beautiful day. Hope everyone has just a fantastic day, and love you guys. Live Sober out.